Good afternoon, friends. Jim Nance here. No, this is not the Masters on CBS. This is winter storm coverage on Flash Weather AI. It's 1:10 in the Eastern time zone, and we've got snow, ice, sleet, rain, thunderstorms, you name it. We've got it on the radar in the central plains, the southern plains, the southeastern U.S. It's going to be a busy weekend. This storm trending a little bit weaker than what it was the past couple of days. But still, we're going to track it right here on Flash Weather AI. I want to show you our 18-hour precipitation type. Big shield here of ice moving from Texas. Look at that in Dallas, and then moving into Arkansas and Mississippi, Tennessee, and eventually the Carolinas overnight tonight into Sunday morning. Good afternoon, Madison Deese 8593. I can see these usernames now. That's pretty cool. We're doing this a little bit differently. We have the capability to stream on every single platform. That means YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, MySpace. Okay, not MySpace, but everyone other than that, every platform that is. Other than that, this is what the radar looks like right now. We've got snow in Oklahoma. We've got several inches of snow already in Oklahoma. We'll look at some live cameras coming out of Oklahoma and Arkansas and Tennessee, where we've got snow on the ground falling right now. You've got temperatures in the teens. It is 13 in Little Rock, Arkansas right now. It is 2 in Topeka, Kansas, 0 in Kansas City. Doesn't sound like much fun today. And then some rain. It is raining. It's not winter weather everywhere. We've got some rain in central and southern Louisiana down towards Baton Rouge, Lake Charles, and New Orleans as well. Coming up here at 1:15, we'll go live on our vertical platforms. That means TikTok and Instagram. We have the feed going to those. We are not live on those platforms yet. We don't want ice. I want to show you the ice forecast over the next couple of days from what the National Weather Service is putting out. Let's zoom this in a little bit. Drop where you're watching. If you're going to see freezing rain, if you're going to see just snow, what are you going to see from this winter storm? That batch of ice right there in northern Mississippi. Look at that right there. We're going to pull up our telestrator and draw some where the highest concentrations of ice will be. We could see over an inch of ice here in northern Mississippi into southwestern. Look at that right there. Oh, let's get our pen up. It wanted to come up. There it is. Oh, there we go. Look at that. 1/2 inch to 1.25 inches of ice in northern Mississippi. Tupelo up into Memphis. This is going to be a bad situation for Memphis, even into Atlanta. Maybe I should pick a different pen color, considering this is pink on pink. There we go. There's our yellow pen color. Some pretty serious ice, and of course the snow as well. How about snow totals? Look at that in the northeastern part of the country into New England. We're going to see 18 to 20 inches of snow in and around Boston through Monday morning. From some folks like to name winter storms. We don't name them here at Flash. We just call them the winter storm, or in this case, I guess, the big one. We've got lots of purple on the map in the southeastern quadrant of the U.S. That means ice, 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 baby. I'm not going to sing the song. But, all right, it's 1:14. We'll go live on TikTok right now. It's going to make me download the latest update, isn't it? It is. What a shame. I guess we should update things, or it should tell us to update things before we go live. That would be helpful, wouldn't it be? What are your names for this winter storm, Madison? What do you got? What kind of winter storm names are you thinking? Madison? Because Madison doesn't count. We can't just call it Winter Storm Madison. Got some lightning there, too. Southeast of Houston into New Orleans. We could use our flash lightning. So it looks like this is going to dissipate over the next 10 to 15 minutes. Either that or it's going to move very slowly. One of the two. We can go back to radar here. Yeah, it's just moving real slowly. But northeast of Baton Rouge, this is what our lightning forecast is really useful for. It basically, once this storm gets northeast of, I forget what interstate this is. I'm going to forget it like right away. I forget. Anyways, once this storm gets northeast of Baton Rouge, it's going to fall apart and not cause much of an issue. Back to winter mode. We got a break across DFW, the Metroplex there. We'll see how long that lasts, though. That's going to change tonight. That's for sure. We'll call it Richard. Winter Storm Richard. I like that. I don't mind Winter Storm Richard. I want to show where we have winter watches and warnings because they go. So now we literally have winter storm warnings from Maine all the way down to southwestern Texas. That is insane. And we've got power outages above me. If you're watching on YouTube and Facebook, we've got power outage numbers there. Those will update every 10 minutes, as often as they come in, of course. All right, we're about to go live on TikTok. We'll get those folks in here. Oh, they did provide. This is a pretty good update. We got to give the TikToks credit. Hello, Jess. Good afternoon, Jess. How's it in the desert Southwest right now? I'm kind of jealous of what it is. And let's change this text. All right, there we go. How about we go back to this? Put the watches and warnings. There we go. Kind of feel bad for places like Chicago, Des Moines, anywhere north of I-80, because it is bitterly cold there. And this storm is so far south that we're not going to see any wintry weather in the upper Midwest. How about TikTok? All right. We are live on TikTok. Let's put this. There we go. Good. And in a few minutes, once we get everything on that end situated, we will go live on Instagram as well. Eric is watching on Twitter from Chattanooga. Chattanooga, Tennessee. It's snowing there right now. It's 20 in Nashville. It's, wow, we're already in the mid-20s in central North Carolina. Look at that. Winter storm warning for Raleigh, ice storm warning for Charlotte, all the way back into, does this include Atlanta? I think it, no, yeah, it does include Atlanta. Wow, look at that. Oh, yep. City of Atlanta under an ice storm warning until 10 a.m. on Monday. Not much ice on the map right now, but that is certainly going to change by the time we get to tonight. I'll show you our future flashcast here momentarily. They say envy is a sin. 62 and sunny. All right, we've got folks joining the TikTok. Thanks for all the likes. Very, very kind. Got several folks in the TikTok. Drop where you're watching from. It's going to be a long day. Going to try to stay hydrated. Where are you watching from? How much rain or snow are you going to see? Hopefully nothing. Hopefully you're in California. What is it in LA right now? Sunny and 60, and it's 10:19 a.m. Sign me up for that. Windsor's watching in St. Louis. St. Louis, it is 3 degrees and snowing. Hope you did your grocery shopping already, because that's no fun. 3 degrees. And I think that's probably some light snow in St. Louis. There's a heavier band moving through right now, actually. Yeah, right through downtown St. Louis. Heavier band of snow moving right on through. Kristen is watching in the home of the Red Raiders in Lubbock. It is 4 degrees in, oh, that's Amarillo. I was going to say, this is Lubbock. It's 11 in Lubbock. That's insane. 11 degrees in Lubbock. I could make a BYU loss joke there, but I won't. Don't worry. Caden is here. Good afternoon to Caden. I'm going to rev up the Instagram as we zoom this back out. It's current? Yeah, it's current. How much snow for St. Louis or Louis? Let's find out. How much snow for St. Louis? We'll go total snowfall here. Let's load this up. A couple inches, it looks like. This is going to be, the colder you get, the fluffier the snow gets, because cold air just can't hold that much water vapor. So this is going to be an incredibly fluffy snow. This looks like about an inch. So not much snow in St. Louis, just bitterly cold. Just a bitterly cold air mass in much of the Midwest. Des Moines, it's, what's the temperature? Des Moines might get a dusting up to I-80. Chicago might get an inch. Might. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. Let's show you the Lubbock, or really just everybody, future radar here. We'll put this onto winter mode. There's a little bit of sleet and freezing rain mixing in Mississippi right now, but you're going to see a whole lot more red popping up on the map as the day goes on, especially in Texas. Look at all of this red. This is all ice. So in Lubbock, you're just going to see some snow. All this red is ice, and Dallas is going to get maybe up to 1/4 of an inch of freezing rain by the time it's all said and done. Look at all of it in Arkansas. This is 11:30 tonight. Pure freezing rain, pure ice in Arkansas over to Nashville, and then all the way down I-40 into the Triad, Winston-Salem, Greensboro, and into the Triangle, Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill, and it is going to be an ice storm here in the Carolinas overnight. Columbia is a tough forecast. It's interesting you mentioned that, Oscar. Columbia is going to be right on the borderline. See this black area? As this low moves towards the coast, we're going to get what we call dry slotted. So that means as the low regenerates off the coast of the Atlantic, we're going to see a gap, or what we call a lull in precipitation. And it could be just warm enough for the precip to not be ice in Columbia. However, we're probably going to get at least a glaze of ice, if not 1/10 of an inch. Let's go to South Carolina here. This is probably a little bit overdone. 2/10 of an inch. I doubt it's going to be that high, especially if temperatures are warm enough. What's the temperature going to be like tomorrow morning? 29. That's warm enough for freezing rain. For really efficient freezing rain accumulation, if you will, you want it to be in the mid-20s. See the temperatures and closer to Greensboro, Charlotte, Raleigh, low to mid-20s, even some upper teens. That is going to mean some real deal ice accumulation in central North Carolina into western North Carolina. What do we got here? About 1/2 an inch of ice is going to be the common number on I-85 between Charlotte and Greensboro by Monday morning. You got it, Oscar. Glen Burnie, Maryland. Is that near Baltimore? Jameson says an inch of snow on the ground in Des Moines. Or is that just 1 degree? It's probably just 1 degree. About a foot of snow outside of Baltimore. Let's go back to the snow totals. Maybe not quite a foot. Actually, the further north that you get, like DC gets 6 to 8. Baltimore, maybe 8 to 12. And then right around a foot. In New York's probably a little bit less than a foot in New York City. Probably 9, 10 inches in New York City. Madison is real excited about getting that much snow in Baltimore. Let me pull up the YouTube, or not the YouTube, the Instagram, because it got reset here. There we go. All right, we'll copy that. We'll save that. Things could get rowdy once we're live on YouTube, or TikTok. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. How much ice in Georgia? Where in Georgia are you? A couple inches of snow, Kristen in Lubbock. Ethan Sager is here in Nashville as we are now live on Instagram. This will be interesting. This will be interesting. So we have that text box on TikTok. I need to see if we can get that text box onto... Yeah, there's a way I can do it, but I'll do it off stream. Ethan Sager, sorry, you were asking about Nashville, Tennessee. How's there not a Tennessee option here? Let's go this way. Ethan, what are you doing to ride out the storm? What's the game plan there in Central Tennessee? Madison D says joined the Instagram. Good. All right, so it's working. That's cool. Nice. Kristen, you and I both know that we can't predict these things a month out. Sorry, we were going to show you, we'll show you snowfall amounts first in Nashville. And then we will show ice amounts. I'm going to pull up actually a separate screen for both of these. So we'll go snowfall there, and we will go ice here. Doesn't look like a ton of ice. Oh, wait, it's populating. Hold on. Hold the phone. Put this back to radar. Is it snowing there right now? Oh, it's snowing big time there right now. Can we get a live report? Thanks, Liz, for sharing the live. Drop in the comments where you're watching from. Like the live, share the live, tell your friends. Groundhog's Day is in a week and a half. I think he's going to say that we have 6 more weeks of winter. I don't know why I thought of Groundhog's Day, but Luke Pritchett on the Instagram. Hey, Mr. Lawler's on the Instagram as well. David Lawler is here. Raleigh, NC. We will get to Raleigh, NC here momentarily. Because that is a good question, Luke. That is a good question. Hello, Kate from Northern Virginia. Eric asking about Tulsa. Looks like there's snow on the way for Tulsa right now. Ice in Nashville, not much, luckily. Maybe a glaze? If you live, towards Murfreesboro, what's an interesting town name? Towards Murfreesboro. But I'm trying to get our snowfall map to load here. Might have had some new data come in. No, we don't want radar, we want total snow. We need the flash winter weather center winter amounts. Actually, this probably will load faster. There's a heavy, look at that snow band about to push into Oklahoma City. It is 9 degrees in Oklahoma City, and you've got a really heavy snow band about to move in. That looks like a ton of fun. Said no one ever. The camera looks crispy on Instagram. I guess that's good. Kate with a follow on TikTok. Thank you, Kate. Sorry, I need to answer Eric's question about Tulsa snow here. I can't get our snowfall map to load. I can tell you, you might get no ice. This is the main concern in DFW today. Could get up to 1/4 of an inch of ice in and around DFW, and then some big time ice heading into central northern Mississippi. We'll do it this way. You were asking about Tulsa. Yeah, 6 to 8 inches in Tulsa. Mackenzie asking, will my direct flight from Florida to Arizona? I think everybody wants to be on that flight. No problems. Unless, here's the problem this time of the year. I mean, they've canceled, 2,000 flights today at least, I think. The problem is you got to keep track of where the plane is coming from. Because if the plane tomorrow is coming from, hold on, let's back this up to the U.S. If the plane's coming from, it's crazy. It's coming from anywhere in here, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. But assuming the plane is coming from LA, Vegas, Minneapolis, Seattle, no problems. I'd rather be in Miami right now. I got to change the color of this. We're all jealous of Mackenzie being in Florida. Is North Carolina in the clear? No, that gets back to Mr. Pritchett's question on the Instagram about Raleigh. See all this purple in North Carolina? Not good. Not good at all. Let's go to North Carolina. We'll back this up. If you're along the coast, the Outer Banks, Wilmington, up towards Virginia Beach, this is not going to be a problem at all. But if you're in one of the more populated areas of North Carolina, this is going to be an ice storm. We're going to see a lot of power outages from Charlotte up to Greensboro over to Raleigh. There is going to be a ton of power outages in this portion of North Carolina. I saw a video Duke Energy put out. I mean, they've got 600 line crews. They've got 3,000, linesmen here ready to go, because this is what knocks out power, is the ice. Hundreds of pounds. That's what ice is. It's water hanging down from power lines, trees, etc. And that causes major problems. Lots of folks flowing in on the TikTok. And Eric had a question, Chattanooga on Twitter. I'm going to be honest, I forget where Chattanooga is. I don't know Tennessee geography well at all. Guess I exposed myself there. Lou Ray on TikTok, Amarillo, Texas. We were talking about Amarillo a short time ago. It is 4 degrees and partly cloudy. Probably not a great time to go outside right now. I mean, you could. I don't know if it'd be a lot of fun, but it's doable. Let's see if we're going to get some snow later in Amarillo. Looks like it's mostly done here. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah, maybe a couple inches. This is going to be a really fluffy snow, like snow you could pick up and just blow it away. This is because it's so cold. The colder you get, the less water you can have in each snowflake, and it just gets really fluffy. It is not snowman making snow at all. Lubbock, Texas is going to end up with, I think that might be a little high. Yeah, 8 inches of snow. Total in Amarillo, maybe 3 to 4 inches. Certainly plausible. Catherine, stay warm indeed. I hope you're doing well. Hope everything is going A-okay. How about this in Dallas? Is this on like the North Texas freeway or something? Turn up the volume here. There's not much volume here, but wow. Looks like fun. They got plows, it looks like. That semi is going a little too fast for the conditions, it appears. Thank you, Elias, there from the Dallas Morning News for the video. These guys are going at a respectable pace, I would say. No plows, just tires from cars acting as the plows. Do we have anybody in here, especially on the TikTok? We have MC Merkel on the Instagram asking about Columbus. We assume that is Columbus, Ohio. Let's go check out the 614, the home of the Cotton Bowl losing Ohio State Buckeyes. About 10 inches. 10 inches, same number as Malachi Toney, number 10. No touchdowns against Ohio State. But no, I'm not. Now, in a previous life, MC Merkel, I was a traffic cop. But not in this life. Not in this life. Just a weather boy. Just a measly old weather boy. Denton, Texas. We had a question if Birmingham, Alabama is out of the woods. Let's check out Birmingham. We haven't talked about much about Alabama at all. Birmingham, right about there, center of the state. No snow. I don't think you're going to get any ice either. Yeah, it's just going to be a bunch of rain in Birmingham, it looks like. Yeah, just rain. There's BHM, BMX. It's all rain. Might even get some thunder and lightning tomorrow. No winter weather, though, in Birmingham. We got some folks in the TikTok asking about northeastern Ohio. We can talk about northeastern Ohio. Big snow. Ohio's going to get dumped on snow-wise. This is overdone. If Columbus gets 15 inches, that's going to be a problem. How about 8 to 10 inches in northeastern Ohio? I think that's a little underdone. I think this number in Columbus is a little underdone as well. This is what the Weather Service there is putting out. 8 to 10 inches. I would gamble it's higher than that. I don't know if you would go to the casino with that gambling, but Winnie Fred says, my app says 12 inches. Well, where are you, Winnie Fred? Where are you located? We don't need an address, just, a general idea of where you are. Southeast Ohio. So like Marietta, Athens, that area. Yeah. Oh, I didn't progress the model far enough. Sorry. So 8 to 12 inches, I mean, for most of the state, you could argue, except places like Toledo, Findlay, far northwestern Ohio, in terms of snow totals in Ohio. But purple is 6+ inches. The pink is getting close to a foot of snow, including southeastern Ohio. I don't think, we're going to get some ice in West Virginia, southeast of Ohio, but not in the Buckeye State itself. Yeah, Cambridge off I-70 there, yeah, bet 10 inches. South Hill, Virginia. Tell I'm thirsty. Yeah, that's Mecklenburg County, Virginia. Nobody acknowledges you. Well, I would love to acknowledge Mecklenburg County, Virginia. So Mecklenburg is right on the transition line. It's right there where my cursor is moving around. I guess it'd be easier if I just drew Mecklenburg County right here, north of Granville, Vance, Franklin counties in North Carolina. Mix of snow, sleet, and ice. You're going to get the Neapolitan, we call it, of winter weather. You're going to get the snow to start. Then it's going to switch to sleet. Then you're going to get some ice. So it's going to be a mess through Monday. Hopefully we don't see power outages. The number one question here is, are we going to see power outages from the ice across the Carolinas, across Virginia? And some of these forecasts in places like Mississippi, I mean, this is just crazy. 1.25 inch of ice, 1.2. Places like Tupelo, the northern half of the state, just crazy. MJ, need to know where in Louisiana you are. Winston-Salem, 1/2 inch of ice. Winston-Salem is going to get, I would say, smacked in the face, but there's not going to be much wind. And because there's not going to be much wind, hopefully that means that the power stays on. The freezing rain might fall on the lines, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the lines will fall down. Usually you need over 3/4 inch of ice for just the freezing rain alone to cause issues. You know, this is a good time to bring up our ice explainers. So for most of us, I don't think the TikTok and the Instagram can see this, but on the YouTube, you can see that. We're not going to see much catastrophic risk, which is the good news. Maybe in Mississippi, that's going to be where we're mostly concerned about that. Charleston, all plain old rain, Hearts. All plain old rain in Charleston, South Carolina. All this red on the map, this kind of burnt orange, reddish stuff, that's all freezing rain. That is what we are most worried about in terms of power outage potential from Dallas down to maybe even into San Antonio. That's pretty far south. I don't think it's going to be quite cold enough in San Antonio for ice to really accumulate. We'll see. Houston, Texas, it's going to be close in Houston as well. Right on the back edge of this system as it's pulling out of there Sunday morning, you will probably get a quick shot of some freezing rain or some sort of wintry precip. So be careful out there on Sunday. Toledo, 6 to 8 inches in Toledo. You think it, yeah. Meredith, I just saw your comment on Instagram. I haven't checked the Instagram in a hot second. Yeah, I agree. Columbus will be over a foot because of how cold it is. The colder you get, the higher the snow ratios get, which means the fluffier the snow gets. And as it gets fluffier, it accumulates faster. You can't make snowmen out of it. You're not going to have a snowball fight with really fluffy snow. But snow is snow, I guess. Over 100 folks on the TikTok. Like the stream, share the stream, follow if you like the content. Caswell County, North Carolina. It's going to be an ice event in Caswell County. Temperatures have already dropped in Raleigh and Chapel Hill. We're already in the mid-20s here, even back into Asheboro. But Charlotte's still above freezing. That is not going to last for much longer, as things will rapidly change by the time we get to tonight. Hamilton County, Ohio, that would be Cincinnati, not Cincinnati, Cincinnati. We go 8 to 12 inches there. Cole on the Instagram. How are you, Cole? Asking about Keller, Texas, outside of DFW. Is there snow falling there right now? This might be too light. No. There's some patchy snow. Maybe some sleet mixing in there, falling to the ground in and around the DFW Metroplex. Right now, look at that. Heavier batch of snow northeast of Fort Worth. Irving, Arlington, moving towards Carrollton. We're going to see some ice there tonight. Yeah, you're kind of getting the Neapolitan, we call it. Starts as snow, then it goes to sleet, then it goes to freezing rain, then hopefully it ends in rain, so it melts some of it away, but I'm not sure that's going to happen in the DFW area. Just a mess of a weekend, a good weekend to stay home and enjoy the great indoors. How about some Nashville video, thanks to our friends at Fox Weather. Ooh. Nashville's already bearing the brunt of this one. Chicago, maybe a dusting and just really, 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 really cold. Really. As many times as you can say really, that's how cold it's going to be. Very cold. So Nashville's taking it on the chin right now. Probably 4 to 6 inches in Nashville, and then you tack on the ice with that, and you've got some major problems. Ice in Durham, NC. I'm going to go a half an inch in the triangle. Of course, people want to know are there going to be power outages. This is the official forecast for North Carolina. 0.56 in Chapel Hill, 0.43 in Durham. I mean, right around a half of an inch. The million-dollar question, are we going to have power outages? A half an inch is right on the borderline. It's a matter of how windy that it gets. Power lines swing, trees swing. I'm looking outside the window right now. It's not windy at all right now. It will come up tonight. Then it'll back off Sunday. Then it'll pick up again on Monday. No snow in San Antonio. It'd be cool if it did, because then it would sound better if it rhymes. Go get some ice, though. Ice will be the main issue in San Antonio. Yeah, so stay inside, enjoy the beautiful indoors through the weekend, and just hang out, you know? Got some thunder and lightning off the coast of Houston. Just moved through Galveston. Some lightning also in and just south of Baton Rouge, but we're not talking about lightning. We are talking about snow, sleet, freezing rain, all of the above. A lot of it from eastern New Mexico through Texas, Oklahoma, the Midwest. It's already snowing almost up into Indiana. Maybe some really light flurries there in Indiana. Power outages in Columbus. All right, just checked the Instagram chat. I doubt it. To be a really dry, fluffy snow. Ryan, please, the language on the Instagram, please. Come on, man. You can't do that. Can't do that. We'll go 8 to 12 inches in New York City. Starts tonight. Ends early Monday morning. I don't think we're going to see power outages in Columbus. It's just going to be that dry, fluffy snow that just hangs around for a long time. It's not going to melt anytime soon. But snow in Caswell County, North Carolina. I don't know where Caswell County is off the top of my head. I think it's somewhere between Raleigh and Charlotte, but I don't remember. Thank you for apologizing, Ryan. We appreciate that. Chillicothe, Ohio. Pickaway County? No, it's Circleville. Ross County? Maybe. 8 to 12 inches. Maybe more. Maybe 14, 15 feet. 14, 15 feet. Inches. Sorry. It'll start snowing in Ohio this evening, right around dinner. Well, it depends where in Ohio you are. Do we just like scroll Twitter right now? See what's going on here? Go to the Flash account. What do we got? Jonesboro, Arkansas. Look at this semi. He's booking it. He's got somewhere to be. We got to watch that again. That's crazy. He's going too fast for the conditions. Indoor, Chase. Indoor. I would play indoor. This was last night. Snow in Little Rock. We've got snow on the beach in Texas. I love these. I love these. These are so good. Snow on the beach. We've got a ambulance stuck. Turn that down. We've got generic video of Little Rock, Arkansas. Is this sleet?
My back door because of the mound of sleet. I can't open it up all the way because
Sleet's
the sleet
the worst.
off of the roof is piling up.
Sleet is like diet snow. It's the worst.
Snow, 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 go party. It's a snow day. You won't be tardy cause it's a snow day. You can sip hot chocolate cause it's a snow day. And you don't have to do your homework, it's a snow day. You can find me in the dub, coffee in my mug, Mama Nature's dropping snow.
No commentary there. Somebody was asking earlier on the TikTok about, Jared says that's Nick Kosier singing that. That would check out. Can we get some Waka Flocka in the background? Maybe on the next stream. Yeah, maybe on the next stream. Is this on Spotify? I don't think that was on Spotify. Somebody was asking about Denton, north of Dallas. That's pretty legit. That looks like last night. I mean, this is obviously at night. Boston, 12 to 18 inches. Enjoy. Yeah, Nelson, I will try to do, I'll get the Waka Flocka in here for the next stream. Little Rock, Arkansas. The thing about winter storms is they just last for so long. Like we could be streaming for 36 hours, but I got to eat, sleep, etc. So, alas. What's your Mount Rushmore of winter storms or snowstorms? Well, the blizzard back in the nor'easter in 2011's got to be number one. The ice storm in Ohio in 04 is definitely up there. This one isn't going to make it. It's not going to make it. We've got a bunch of folks on the TikTok. Like, follow, share, etc. All the above. Thanks for stopping by as Ryan Sargenti reminisces of the good old days of winter storms in the Northeast. We've got a guy driving a Camaro in the snow. We can probably infer what he did wrong to end up there. Dalaska 2.0 from Strat Small on Instagram. Yeah, it's cold down there, Strat. We apologize in advance. I want to see more people driving like idiots. I just see, I used to do this, be on TV, and we had to drive out in snowstorms, and we would always get emails why are you guys doing this? You're not supposed to be out driving. You tell us not to go out, and yet you go out. They're not wrong. Let's put it that way. Erica with the rose on TikTok. Thank you, Erica. Very kind. Can you pull up the Chicago view? There's nothing going on in Chicago. There's nothing going on. It's cold. What else do we got here? We have drones for this now. Yeah, literally just fly a drone. You don't need to drive and put yourself in danger, because we put ourselves in danger way too many times. Not way too many. A couple too many. Just a couple. On TikTok, where do we want to look at? Maybe I can find some traffic cams, some live cams. Yeah, a bunch of idiot drivers. The drivers in Iowa are really not that bad. You go to Orlando, Florida. Yeah, that's bad. Nashville, snowing there. Snowing bad. Snowing big time. I-40. Wilmington, cold rain. Wilmington, North Carolina. That's where everybody in Raleigh and Charlotte went to escape this storm. Is the beach. The blue is snow. The blue is the snow. Myrtle Beach from Erica. I'm pretty sure you might get a little bit of ice really quick tomorrow morning, but I don't know if it's going to last long enough for it to accumulate. I'm going to make this a separate tab. Oops. Thank you for the follows on TikTok. We've got almost 100 of us in here. We can do more than that, though, I think. We can get more than that. Share it with your friends. Like the stream. Tap, 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 tap. Yeah, you don't have to do that. Just share it. Give us a follow. Make me want to come back and do this tomorrow when our power inevitably goes out. Max with a follow. Thank you, Max. Casey with the follow as well. Thank you to you both. Thank you so very much. We do not deserve your kindness. Grayson, Aiden, Diana. Thank you for the follows. Lynn shared the live. All right, somebody asked about Myrtle Beach. It's right here on the coast, right there, MYR. See how razor thin margin that is? Between green, rain, and purple, ice. I think because you're close to the coast, you've got that warm ocean water. The closer you are to the coast, the less your chances are of getting anything bad. If I was trying to ride out the storm, I'd be in like Myrtle Beach, Wilmington, Carolina Beach, Charleston. I'm in Raleigh. Like, if I wanted to ride out the storm, I would go down there. Like Wilmington, Myrtle Beach, or Charleston. So you're good there. Jana with the follow. Thank you. Columbus, Ohio, a foot of snow. A foot. I think it's be right around a foot. Somebody's asking about Raleigh, North Carolina, a half an inch of ice starting, I don't have a watch on, starting in about 8 hours, 6 to 7 hours, probably. Mooresville, outside of Raleigh, same thing, half an inch of ice. Ice, ice, baby. Wells is really, really curious about Columbia, South Carolina. Some scattered freezing drizzle, but I think in and south of Columbia, you're not going to see that big of an impact. Definitely minor to maybe moderate, but you're not going to see power outages in Columbia. You go to like Spartanburg, though, anywhere north, northwest of Columbia, you're going to have some big problems in the northwestern half of the state. We've got some skiing in Arkansas. I'd rather be out there than here right now, to be honest. I don't think a half an inch of ice means no school Monday for sure. And maybe even Tuesday as well. I mean, if the power's out, you could have, there'll probably be some spots that have no school all week this coming week. Honestly, if the power's out and it's going to stay below freezing, so the ice isn't going to melt over the next week. What could I show to like, I mean, it's going to be freezing cold everywhere east of the Rockies for the next, at least through the end of the month, at least through the 31st. Probably even longer than that. Nashville tonight. How about Nashville? Oops. Let's use this. Back to that run. So we got some light snow out there now. It was actually kind of turning heavy. And then it's going to switch to sleet. That's that salmon color. Then it's going to switch to that purple, which is freezing rain. That's the ice that we're really concerned about. And then we could see how that, the rain gets really close. Like Murfreesboro might get all rain instead of ice. Nashville's going to be a mess tomorrow. An absolute mess. Just a mess. I don't know how else to put it. Knoxville's going to be fine, but I don't know about fine, but it's going to be a lot better than Nashville, that's for sure. Cookeville, Tennessee. I do not know where Cookeville, Tennessee is. You're going to have to help me out there. We got 4,500 likes so far on the TikTok. It's very kind of you guys. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for tapping the screen. Thanks for following. Of course, we'll shout out every new follow on every single platform. Because that's just what we do here. That's just what we do. Avon, Ohio, northeastern Ohio. 10 inches? I would beg to differ on. Maybe more? I think this is overdone. I bet it's around 10 inches. Pep on Life with the follow. Thank you, sir or madam. Somebody was asking about Mississippi. Do we have Mississippi in here? There's Mississippi. It's close enough. That is close enough. Essentially, if you're in the northwestern quarter to third of the state, you're in deep trouble. If you're anywhere southeast of that, southeast of like that line, you're fine. It's going to be all just a cold rain. Even as that freezing rain comes down, I don't think it's going to accumulate that easily because it's going to switch back over to rain. If you're anywhere in the southeastern half of the state, you're going to be A-okay. I just lost. Thank you, PayPal Me is back 2512 for stopping by on the YouTube, for subscribing. For some folks, it will be the biggest storm of the decade. Boston's going to get 20 inches of snow. It's probably the most they've had from a storm in, I mean, I would guess 2012. Somewhere in there. Some models use AI and some don't. Some do, some don't. It all depends on the model. Our models, ones that are coming out, are mostly AI driven. Canyon Lake, Texas. I do not know where Canyon Lake, Texas is. Indianapolis. I know where Indianapolis is. I like Indianapolis. Big time snow tomorrow. Probably an inch an hour. 6 to 8 inches. This is overdone. 6 to 10? Big snow. Big snow in Indy. Big snow. Boston, an essential worker. Well, we thank you, sir or madam, number one, for working through the storm. And number two, probably 1.5 feet of snow. Probably 1.5 feet. San Antonio. Right here. You're going to get some ice tonight. However, is it going to be all ice the whole... Wow. It's going to be icy in San Antonio. Amanda with a follow. Thank you, Amanda. It's going to be icy tonight. That means it's going to be a bit of a mess tomorrow. Potentially more than a bit. Wild Rain and Corey with the follows. Thank you both. Chat, Tennessee. We assume that would mean Chattanooga, Tennessee. Is that like down here, like on the Georgia border? All rain. Just a cold rain. Cold rain is the worst. Brittany asking about Charleston, West Virginia. Yeah, Charleston, West Virginia. Charleston, CRW, right there. Snow tonight turns to ice by sunrise, and then hopefully it switches to rain here, which it looks like it will. So that would melt most of the frozen stuff. Hopefully that means minor impacts. I mean, it's going to be bad tonight, but hopefully by, Sunday night, the rain that falls, what's the temperature going to be? 37? Yeah, it's warm enough. Hopefully that rain that falls not disintegrates or eliminates. Well, then it's going to snow a little bit. I would say minor to moderate impacts in Charleston, depending on how much rain, regular rain, will melt the frozen stuff, if you will. Cleveland, 8 to 12 inches. Big time snow. Same with southwestern Pennsylvania. Big time snow. Probably a foot. Is 614 cooked? Yes. I mean, I wouldn't say cooked. It's going to be fun. It's going to snow like you know what tonight, tomorrow. I mean, see these deep blues here around Columbus? I mean, that is like, how much snow per hour? Well, this is on the 10-to-1 ratio. You're probably talking 1.5 inches per hour. It's going to come down big time tomorrow during the day. Jenny from the block. Great username. Thank you for the follow. Cincinnati, same story, 8 to 12 inches. Big time snow. How about some roads in Bentonville, Arkansas? I just would not want to drive through this. Chase and C with the follows. Thank you both. I mean, I don't know if you could pay me enough to drive through this. As he's zooming in on the dark.
Like a boss.
I would definitely not follow an 18-wheeler that closely in the snow. Yeah, Embrick, we get it. You're in Miami. Thanks for rubbing it in.
Definitely see the hazy
For all of
conditions
us.
as the snowfall rates are increasing here. Northwest Arkansas near Fayetteville.
This is brutal. Like, you couldn't pay me enough to drive through this. There's Reed.
Snow continues to fall here in Bentonville, Arkansas, very close to Walmart headquarters. And you can see they had a lot more snow further south where those snowfall rates were heavier and more persistent. Snow-covered roads are dominating the Ozark
Why
Mountain
does he have a
region out
chain
here,
around
and
his
there's
neck?
some complex terrain, a lot of elevated surfaces out here, so roads are very treacherous. And there's also new snow starting to move in. It's a little bit showery coming in from the west with a little subtle short wave. I think that it's showery because the parcel is unstable as it lifts along a slant-wise surface, and that's.
All right, now we're getting way too advanced meteorology. Talking slantwise surfaces and parcels. Yeah, all right. I don't think we need to learn about all that today. Takes us back to Dynamics 2 class. Is Pittsburgh going to get snow or have freezing rain as well? I think it's going to be all snow. Oh, yeah, it's going to be all snow. Oh, big time snow. Big time snow in Pittsburgh. Foot plus. How much is that? Yeah, a foot. Probably about a foot in Pittsburgh. Yum. Indianapolis, 8 to 12 inches, I'd go with. How about the low? How about, oh boy. Wait, I went way too far. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? Yeah, back to this. Take more of your comments, questions, shares, follows, all of your interactions live on the air. Columbus, Ohio, Nikki is asking a foot. I think 10 to 12, maybe even more, especially like the southeast side of Columbus, Canal, Newark. Could get over a foot. Cincinnati, I would wager the same thing. I mean, it's not going to stop snowing in Ohio until like sunset tomorrow. And it's going to start in the next few hours. Light, it'll start light and then really pick up tomorrow. Madison on the YouTube says, as long as I have power, I won't complain. I agree with that. Central PA, 15 to 20. I believe it. I believe it. Hello, Connor Hicks on the Instagram. He might have left already. Oops. Oh, well. Weatherman Dave on TikTok. Swicky. Alarm Bell with a follow. Thank you, Alarm Bell. I don't know where Harrisonburg, Virginia is. Sorry, my geography is not good enough. Kelly is in northern Kentucky. Almost at 7,000 likes on the stream. Thanks to everybody for being here. We've had almost 2,000 total views. It's pretty good. Thanks to everybody for stopping by, as we've got almost 100 joining us live right now. East of Charlottesville, so that's in like central Virginia. You're going to get the Neapolitan special. Snow, into sleet, into freezing rain, into an absolute mess by tomorrow. Colin and Axiom with the follows. Thank you. Yeah, it's going to be just a mess in Harrisonburg. Asheville is going to be a freezing rain and ice problem in Asheville. There's Asheville right here. Purple, 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 purple. I mean, that's hopefully right at the tail end we get some rain, some regular rain that tries to melt some of that ice away. We'll see. We will see. Charlotte, North Carolina, it's going to be an ice storm. We're going to see at least a half an inch of ice, maybe even more than that. We're going to see some power outages in and around all of North Carolina. Most of the state will see some power outages. Got the new high-resolution model running right now. It only goes out, what are we out to? Only about hour 14. So not a whole lot of info in yet. We'll get more info over the next half hour or so, though. Nailed by a Boss really, really wants to know about Austin, Texas. We haven't really talked about Central Texas that much, actually. Yeah, some pretty big-time ice there tonight. Not much right now, not much the rest of the daytime, but by 8 o'clock tonight and then really overnight is when that freezing rain starts to pick up, and it's going to be an icy mess tomorrow morning. Northwest of Charlottesville, not east. It could be more snow, but it probably won't be a whole lot of difference, to be quite honest. Arkansas is going to see mostly ice, like the entire state, unless you're like north of, like the Ozarks, like way far northern Arkansas. The southern half of the state is essentially all ice through tomorrow morning, and then it tapers off tomorrow afternoon. Jay Castillo with the follow. Thank you, sir. Can we see the ice chart? Yeah, we can pull up the ice chart. Total new ice. Actually, let's just show you this one. Surface winter surface ice accumulation. Heaviest ice from southeastern Arkansas. What's the best way I could show this? Probably this one. Southeastern Arkansas, eastern Texas, northern half of Louisiana gets killed with ice by tomorrow morning, and then the Carolinas get the ice big time. Although this has trended down pretty substantially. I'm surprised that number is that low now. That's good. Shannon with the follow. Thank you for sharing the live as well. If only the hurricane hit Indiana, ain't that the truth? You could not have had 3 inches of ice in Arkansas because you can't have 3 inches of ice in this short amount of time. We do have this winter mode radar you can download. You can see it right now on the Flash Weather AI mobile app. You can see snow, rain, freezing rain mix, all of that available for free on the newly updated, with winter mode, because it is winter, Flash Weather AI mobile app. Free of charge. Jewhole with the follow. Thank you, Jewhole. Cincinnati, big time snow, 8 to 12 inches, tip of spear. Thank you for the follow as well. Oops. Hey, there's me. It's kind of funny. In Louisiana, it's snowing in the northern part of the state, and there's lightning in New Orleans. Louisiana's getting it all right now. Literally getting it all. Carrie with the follow. Thank you, Carrie. Well, considering the storm has just been getting started, we can't really answer that question yet. How many power outages? I think we have over 100,000 so far. 120. That number's doubled in the past 2 hours. Is my power out? Negative. Texas has got 52,000. Louisiana's got 20. New Mexico's got 10. Wow. That's a number we're really going to watch tomorrow. Vay with the follow. Thank you, Vay. Georgia. Somebody asked about Georgia. Where in Georgia are you? If you're Atlanta, if you're essentially anywhere around Atlanta, there's an ice threat tonight and tomorrow. If you're in the southern half of the state, there's really no threat of anything from this one. It's going to be all just a cold rain. Victoria, thank you for the follow. Lyons, New York. I don't know where Lyons, New York is. Let's see if we got any new info from the high resolution model here. Inactivity detected in your live. Come on, man. I'm active. We're just waiting for the show. Shannon is stuck at the hospital in Collierville, Tennessee. I'm assuming that is in and around Nashville. Where exactly is that in Tennessee, Shannon? Near Memphis. It's going to be bad there for until tomorrow afternoon. I wish I had better news. It's not going to be good there. Can I zoom in on Memphis specifically? Yes, I can. So Memphis, right in the center of the screen. Yeah. There might be a break tonight, but the ice is still going to be there. Hopefully they're out there salting, but there's not going to be a whole lot of, I guess, relief anytime soon. Wesley, thank you for the follow. This new run of the high resolution model is definitely worse for the Carolinas, if anybody's here in the Carolinas. That is, I would argue, substantially worse. If it's freezing rain all day tomorrow, we are in deep trouble. Southwestern Virginia. It depends on how far southwestern Virginia you are. Like if you're like next to Kentucky, it's going to be mostly rain. I know it's starting to snow now, then it's going to go to sleet, then it's going to go to freezing rain, but then by tomorrow morning, it's going to be all rain. So you're going to get like everything. I needed to look something up here. So, yeah, North Carolina. I'm just concerned about this because I don't want the power to go out. How much freezing rain? How much QPF is this through tomorrow? Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Drew, thank you for the follow. North Central Ohio, 8 to 12 inches, thereabouts. Yeah, there's going to be some pretty serious power outages, especially along I-85 in Charlotte and Greensboro. Kelly and Tina Douglas follows. Thank you both. South Jersey. We haven't talked much about New Jersey. South Jersey is a tough forecast. It starts to snow tonight. Then it switches to sleet, those little ice pellets, by tomorrow afternoon. Then it's going to switch to rain. And hopefully that rain would just melt everything away. Yeah, Cindy, ain't that the truth? I'd rather be doing anything other than that. It was fun, though. I mean, snow's fun. Thank you for the follow, Fire Lady. Ohio? Where in Ohio? Most of Ohio is going to get 8 to 12 inches. Indianapolis, same thing, 8 to 12 inches. I'm going to add that text to, yeah, we'll do that. All right, I'm going to end the Instagram because I want to. Yeah, all right, good. Dayton, yeah, 8 to 11 inch. You probably won't get a foot in Dayton. You'll be too far west, but you're still going to get a lot of rain. Woodville, Texas. Where is Woodville? Kristen asking about Raleigh, a half an inch. It's going to be bad here in Raleigh. Half an inch of ice. Let me clarify that. Half an inch of ice. That means hopefully no power outages, but there definitely will be some power outages in North Carolina. Hopefully not here in the Triangle, though. It's definitely underdone. Yeah, that includes Charlotte as well. Charlotte might get a little bit more, honestly, because it's going to stop like Raleigh and eastward, east of US 1 a little bit tomorrow, but it's still going to be going back towards I-85, you know, between Greensboro and Charlotte. Newton Brown has really questionable. He really wants to know about the Delmarva. The Delmarva is a pretty big area. I think it's like up in here, like this whole area right here. Snow, switching to sleet. That's a big sleet band. Then switching to rain. And hopefully that rain will just melt everything away. That'd be good. Still holding almost 100 folks in here. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. To be a part of the winter weather live stream. You got it, Newton Brown. I just can't stop thinking about whether or not the power is going to go out here tomorrow. Thank you, Newton, for the follow. Much obliged, sir. Should we scroll Twitter? What's going on Twitter? Big snow. Big snow. This is in Oklahoma. Big snow. Big flakes. Huge flakes. Snow in Dallas. Cool.
Hey guys, we wanted to show you a quick update.
Somebody who was mad at that
Looks like
parking
there's a
or
car
that
that
shopping
fell
cart, it
into this
appears.
ditch here. Maybe drove into the ditch and may have hit a cart on the way down here. But there's a Metro Police here. It's a pretty heavy pressure.
Jeez. Charlotte, NC, half an inch of ice. Not going to be good in Charlotte today. That is for sure. Tonight. You got it, Sammy. What's the surface temperature here? Oh, good. So, we should have like a little an educational section on why it is 25 degrees in Raleigh right there, and yet it's not snowing. It's freezing raining. So why is that? Well, that's because about 5,000 feet up off the ground, it is not below freezing. It's actually 35, 40 degrees. So as snow is falling down from 10,000 feet, it melts through that warmer layer 5,000 feet off the ground. So then it melts, and it's at that point, it's rain. It doesn't have enough time between that warm layer and the surface to freeze back into sleet. So instead it lands as freezing rain, better known as ice. Not good. Woodville, Texas. Oh, yeah, that's near Houston. You're going to see some freezing rain tomorrow morning, right as the system is moving out. Let's go to Texas real quick. So I assume Woodville's somewhere here near Houston. Rain, rain, rain. Rest of today. Rain, and then a quick switch over to like a freezing mix. Sunrise tomorrow, maybe a little bit before sunrise, and then by about 9 a.m. it's out of there. So won't last that long. NC will be fine. We'll see. Hopefully we don't have many power outages. I mean, that is just all freezing rain. That is all freezing rain. Not good. We're in Ohio. Probably 8 to 12 inches, depending on where you're at. Dayton, yeah, 8 to 10 inches. Eastern PA, at least a foot, probably more. Yeah, Western NC is not going to be good from this. Is going to be, of course, areas that got hit by Hurricane Helene, not going to be good. East of the mountains, it's going to be mostly freezing rain. If you're west of the mountains, it's going to be all snow, like way southwestern North Carolina. Thank you for liking the live, sharing the live. We've had almost 3,000 folks in here for the stream. It's good stuff. Let's get you the latest info on this winter storm. Wide-reaching winter storm from east of El Paso through Oklahoma, Missouri, the Midwest, all the way to the mid-Atlantic. This is a serious storm. We've even got some winter weather trying to get into North Carolina right now. I don't think it's reaching the ground here. We'll see. Anything new on Twitter we could talk about? Big snow in OKC. Big snow. This is in St. Paul where it's not even snowing.
Told y'all to stay y'all ass in the house. This driving is for real. Jeez.
That's not good.
I hope they good. This is for real. I told
That's
y'all
not
to
good
stay.
at all. Parkersburg, West Virginia. It's up by the Ohio state line. Snow that switches to sleet and then could switch to rain for a few hours tomorrow and then switches back to snow. You're going to get a little bit of everything. Hopefully the rain that falls will melt some of the snow that will have already fallen. So you're not going to get as big of impacts as Pittsburgh, Columbus, places like that, just to your northwest, because hopefully some of that rain that falls will melt some of the frozen stuff that will have already fallen. Atlanta, yeah, Atlanta is going to be a mess. We're going to see ice for most of the day tomorrow. Could be just warm enough for regular rain, and hopefully this last like cold front that pushes through here Sunday afternoon will melt some of it. But we're definitely going to see some impacts in and around Atlanta. That would be close between freezing rain and rain. White Tulips and Jeremy, thank you both for the follows. Charlestown, West Virginia. Where is Charlestown? Baltimore, big snow, probably about a foot. Mindy, you're definitely going to get some ice in Atlanta. Question is, how long does it stick around? Maybe some rain late tomorrow that tries to melt some of the ice, but it'll be close. We'll see. About an inch. All right. All right, it's about 2:40. Kimberly with a follow. Thank you. We're going to take a break. We're going to be back later for a second stream as we get more into the evening hours and as the storm shifts east. And we'll be back, of course, tomorrow as well. So we're going to take a break. We will be back later, and thanks everybody for stopping by. Kimberly with a follow. Thank you, Francisco. Thanks to almost 3,000 of you that joined us on TikTok. And we'll be back again later for another update on the big ice storm of 20.